There are many myths about the establishment of the State of Israel, but one of the greatest of them is for how long it had been planned. The colonization of Palestine didn't start after the Second World War. It began in the late 1800s, and that plan had a name. It was called Zionism. And the father of Zionism, Theodor Herzl, outlined in explicit detail what his intentions were. In addition to his other efforts, which included encouraging thousands of European Jews to settle in Palestine in order to begin taking the land, he also began lobbying European politicians. He presented Zionism as a civilizing mission, carrying culture to the east. He said that the new Zionist state would create new trade routes, which he knew would appeal to England, the heart of the British Empire, saying that the shortest route to India lies through Palestine. He went on to say, "I should think that here in England, the Zionist idea, which is a colonial one, should be easily and quickly understood." So according to Herzl, Zionism was a settler colonial project which would create a civilized European outpost serving Western colonial interests, particularly those of Britain. Although Herzl didn't live to see it, in 1917, the British Foreign Secretary Arthur Balfour declared the British government's sympathy with Zionist aspirations and said that they were in favour of the establishment of a national home for the Jewish people in Palestine. 20 years later, in 1937, a British Royal Commission called the Peel Commission proposed a plan to partition Palestine. David Ben-Gurion, who became the first Prime Minister of Israel, and Chaim Weizmann, who became the first President of Israel, said that this was a stepping stone to some further expansion and the eventual takeover of the whole of Palestine. And why was Ben-Gurion content with accepting a partitioned state? He said that the Zionists would accept it on the basis that after we build a strong force following the establishment of the state, we will abolish the partition of the country and we will expand to the whole land of Israel. And what did he mean by the whole land of Israel? Not only was he talking about absorbing the rest of Palestine, but also parts of Egypt, of Jordan, of Syria, and of Lebanon. And in response to the British Peel Commission, the Jewish Agency, which became one of Israel's 4 national institutions, established a population transfer committee to plan the expulsion of Palestinians. And how would they expel the Palestinians? They said, "We will not achieve this by preaching sermons on the Mount, but by machine guns." And only a decade later, in 1948, that is exactly what they did. The State of Israel is, and always has been, a Western colony built on the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, and it is sustained, as all colonies are, through the brutalization of the indigenous population and through the economic and military aid provided to them by the colonizing powers, the USA, the European Union, and of course the UK, which is responsible more than any other country for the catastrophes perpetrated against the Palestinian people.